Hello everyone, Namaskaram. Welcome to my channel VPK Nutrition, Mind Body Healing with Pushpa. I know it's been a long time since I've posted. Finally decided to sit down and post something today. Today is October 10th. It's considered to be or celebrated as World Mental Health Day. So that's the topic I chose for today. Again, mental health, emotional health, again, very important concepts. Especially we talk a lot about that in the modern world because of all of the stress that people go through and having to do so many things in their life. Now, again, mental health is important even at any age level. Even when you're young, you need to have good mental, emotional balance in order to be making the right choices for setting up your future. When you're in the middle of your life, you need good mental health for personal growth, for your career, to satisfy family obligations, your relationships, etc. And again, later on in life, when you're 60 and over, you also want to have you have to nurture your mental and emotional health so you feel healthy enough to deal with all of that that's coming as you get old, to age gracefully, as well as to prevent feelings of loneliness, which is something a lot of the older population face. So in today's episode, I wanted to share a couple of practices that can really help you with taking care of yourself for self-healing. So stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. First of all, thank you to all of my viewers who've joined me, who've been watching me regularly, subscribed to my channel, and also liked some of my videos and commented. Again, for those who haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing. And if you find all of this useful, please do share with those who could be benefited as well. So let's begin with today's topic. So mental health, as we all know, has a huge impact on our emotional, psychological, physical and social well-being. So it affects every area of our life, and if you're not able to have some control over how we react to things, how we deal with situations in our life, then we end up with a lot of stress. And then once the stress starts to accumulate quite a lot, it starts creating more mental disturbances, and then it's just like a slippery slope that you're not able to get out of. And a lot of people, most people, I would say almost everybody, has some sort of impressions and traumas and things like that they've had to deal with right from childhood. So it's not an uncommon thing, but some people are better equipped to deal with it than others. But that doesn't mean that you cannot learn at any stage of life to come out of those kinds of things and find that inner peace within. So again, yoga and Ayurvedic philosophy, all of these talk about the mind-body connection. So if your mind is not healthy, when you're not able to control your mind, then after a period of constant mental turmoil and agitation, you end up with physical ailments. You'll start getting digestive issues, autoimmune diseases. All of these things are manifest, and even cancer sometimes, are all manifestations of not dealing with our mental, emotional health. So it's very important to have a daily practice that could serve like a house clipping to clean out. Now, just like we wash our body every day, take a shower or whatever, cleansing all of that, the outer body, we also need to cleanse our mind from time to time. Not time to time, actually, I would say every day. So that is where yogic practices are all meant to do that. Now, yoga's goal is yogas chitta vritti nirodha. So the main goal of yoga, according to Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, is that to remove or to stop the agitations of the mind. So this way, when you stop the agitations of the mind, you have a certain sense of calm, peace, and this way you can deal with everything in your life in a more calm fashion. Now again, who wouldn't want that, right? Everybody wants to have peace, and when you have peace, you're automatically happy, because happiness is our very nature, that is our inner core. But when we get away from that happiness, you lose your peace, you lose sleep, you just don't enjoy life, you lose that joy. So this is why it's important to follow certain things in order to be mentally fit. However, obviously I have talked about a lot of I've shared a lot of videos about mental health for men and emotional well-being, spiritual stamina, all of these things, and there are a lot of videos, you can check it out. However, And I've also talked about diet and lifestyle, how it has an impact on our mental health and how you can change that in order to improve that. However, even to get to that discipline of following a certain diet or a lifestyle, you have to be motivated. And a lot of time, if your mind is disturbed, you're not feeling 100%, it's hard to start following those kinds of things. So the one practice that can actually help you in a very, very subtle level is pranayama or yogic breathing. And this is what I'm going to be talking about today. And I'm going to leave you with a practice that you can start right away and you can see the benefits within a few days. For those who have been practicing yoga or have some knowledge of yoga, you know pranayama, yogic breathing, is very effective and helps you at several levels. However, when we talk about yoga, especially in the West, in the modern world, most people think about the postures, the asanas, the physical exercise. Now again, while that is a part of the 8 limbs of yoga, that is only a small part of it, right? 1/8. So it's yamas, niyamas are the values, the do's and don'ts that you should follow for your life. The asanas are the postures, the positions. Again, when you're doing that flow with the breath, you're actually releasing a lot of tension built up in the joint. So it's still very effective. And gives you a certain calmness and relaxation so that you don't get stressed as much and probably gives you good sleep. Then comes the pranayama, which is a yogic breathing I'm going to talk about today. Then you have the subtle things like pratyahara, which is withdrawing from the senses, dharana, which is single pointed focus, which is typically called as meditation in the modern world. And then you have dhyana, which is a state of meditation you enter by doing these practices. And finally samadhi, where you're completely beyond all of this material world. Again, so today we will focus on the pranayama. Now, one of the Yoga Sutras also says some of the grosser things, like, you get angry, you can control your thoughts, you can replace with affirmations, or, or you can go deeper into the root of the problem like we do in modern therapy. Okay, you feel angry, so what happened? Maybe something happened in your childhood, somebody said something, maybe, and so you can kind of go to the root of your problem and figure out why you feel the way you do. Now, that is, again, at a very gross level. So you're still using your mind to figure out these things. However, there are subtle impressions within us. These are things we call as vasanas, inherent tendencies or impressions that we have gathered not just from this lifetime, but possibly from other lifetimes as well. Again, the Dr. Brian Weiss has talked a lot about this in Many Masters, Many Lives, talking about how people come with phobias because of something they've experienced in a past life and so on. So again, so in order to get rid of these samskaras, these subtle impressions, you need a subtler practice. And that is what pranayama is. Pranayama is, so an Ayurveda says the nose is the gateway to the brain. So breathing happens through the nose. So the nasal breathing actually helps to cleanse whatever is in the brain and get rid of these subtle impressions. In fact, it works in the prana layer where we have all of the nadis. The nadis are the energy channels. There are 72,000 nadis described. And of course, there are 3 main ones, which I have talked in detail about these things in my video on pranayama. So please watch that. So this, doing this pranayama, especially the alternative nostril breathing through the nose and everything, helps to cleanse these nadis. So nadi shodana. Shodana means cleansing. So when you cleanse at such a subtle level, you are actually removing a lot of those subtle impressions as well. When you sit in mindful meditation, for example, a lot of thoughts arise from within. You don't even need a trigger. It's not like somebody from the outside is triggering something. It is triggered within you. So when things are triggered within you, where is it coming from? You can see that it's coming, but then to remove those, you need these subtle practices again. So this is what Yoga Sutras say. So I'm going to teach a practice towards the end of this video that you can start right away. However, before that, for those who are skeptical, I wanted to share about 3 studies that I went through. Of course, there are several studies. I just picked out 3 of them to show you the effectiveness of yoga and pranayama for mental health. So let's examine some studies that are out there. Study number 1, this was a German study published in 2005. This involved a group of ladies who described themselves as emotionally distressed. Then they were, the practice they were given was a 90-minute class for about 3 months. And these were the results that they found. Number one, they noticed improvements in perceived stress, depression, anxiety, energy fatigue, and well-being. Number two, depression scores improved by 50%, anxiety by 30%, and overall well-being by 65%. Number three, complaints of headaches, back pain, and poor sleep quality resolved in majority of the yoga group participants compared to the control group. Study 2, they studied the effect of a single yoga class on 113 patients with bipolar disorder, depressive disorder, and schizophrenia in a New Hampshire psychiatric hospital. And these were the results that they found. Significant drop in tension, anxiety, depression, anger, hostility, and fatigue. Study number 3, this was done in a civil hospital in Ahmedabad, Gujarat in India. So this was in the physical therapy department. 48 patients were chosen, and they were asked to, and they were all ages above 60, and they didn't have any chronic illnesses. Those were excluded. And again, they were asked to practice pranayama for 4 weeks, 6 days a week. And these were the results that they found. Results showed a significant improvement in quality of life for geriatric people after prolonged implementation. So this is definitely an effective treatment for elderly population. So although all of these studies demonstrate the significant improvement that somebody can have from these pranayama, ancient wisdom of yoga and Ayurveda, I've always followed this on a regular basis. You really don't need studies to prove this. This has been given to us by the yogis who have done the practice and have done the work. So they say proof of the pudding is in the eating. So what better way to find out than you start practicing yourself? So again, I would suggest learn this techniques, practice it on a daily basis, make this part of your routine. Just like you brush your teeth in the morning, if you can spend a few minutes to do this every single day, this is like regular housekeeping for your mind, cleaning out all of the garbage and starting your day fresh. So this will give you the enthusiasm needed to move on with the day and also to deal with the different pressures that come your way. Now again, once you start practicing, you will see the effect within a few days. Now sometimes you might still lose your balance. You may still go to old habits because old habits die hard. However, as you keep practicing, you will notice that you're able to bounce back faster, come back to normal, come back to reset yourself to balance much quicker than you did in the past. So this itself will tell you that this is working for you. So let's begin with the practice. So there are 2 techniques that I wanted to share. One of them is called Kapalabhati or skull shining breath, which means that as you practice that, you get much more clarity of the mind. The second one is called Nadi shodana or alternate nostril breathing. Again, I said cleansing of the nadis. Now I have shared videos of this in the past. I will share the link in the description to know more details about this. But today, just to show you a quick demo, I want to show it one by one. First one I'm going to show you is Kapalabhati. So I'm just going to show my stomach so you see how the pumping action works. So basically in Kapalabhati, it's a normal inhale and a forced exhale. Again, everything is nasal breathing. Now you can see my chest and my belly here. So as I breathe, this is what it's going to look like. So it's a pumping action of the stomach. Okay, so you should not be feeling any discomfort over here because the air goes in automatically, but then you're just pumping your stomach. You can also keep your hand on your stomach to see how that feels. The second kind of breathing is the Nadi shodana or alternate nostril breathing or anulom vilom, some people call that. So what you do here is you use this mudra. So you're closing the first 2 fingers, the thumb is open and these 2 are open. You place your thumb on the base of the little cartilage over here to close the nostril with your right hand, and then inhale through the left hand and then close it with the ring finger, open the right nostril, exhale. Now again you inhale through the right and then close it with the thumb and exhale through the left. So that is considered as one cycle. Again, this was a very quick demo, so I would definitely recommend you watch those 2 videos that I share in the description. Of course, if you already know it, you can use your techniques, or if you have a teacher that can teach you, that's even better, because really video only has so much of value. If you learn from a live teacher, they can actually correct you. And I know I've been teaching yoga for a few years now, and I know some of my students, it took them a long time to see the difference between how to do it the right way and the wrong way. So again, these are things, these are very subtle things that only a live teacher can correct. So definitely see if you can find somebody who can teach you these techniques as well. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. I want to leave you with the 2 practices. Start with the pranayama practice. Again, we're going to do that consistently every day to see the benefits of this. So begin your day with a 7-minute practice of yogic breathing. So these are the steps. First step, just sit in meditation position. Again, you can sit on the chair as well if you have difficulty sitting on the floor. Set the timer for about 7 minutes. Then just center yourself for a few seconds just to resume normal breathing. Then take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, you chant Om. You do that 3 times. For example, Om. That was 1. So do that 3 times. What we're doing is we always invoke the cosmic intelligence, the God, the universe, to give us that energy, and we're drawing that prana also from the cosmic energy. So we're always trying to connect with the universe when we're doing the practice with consciousness. Then after you do the 3 Oms, do the Kapalabhati. You can start very slow if you've never done it. You can even do 10, 20, whatever is comfortable. Again, medium pace. That pace. Maybe build up to 25, then 60 and 100, all the way up to 100 on a gradual basis. So again, take your time based on your lung capacity. Third thing that you do is do the Nadi shodana, the alternate nostril breathing. So there, if you want to have a count, you can start with the lowest 2, inhale, exhale for 4 counts. Again, if you're a seasoned practitioner, you can do longer, 3 minutes and 6. So always do the exhalation a little longer than the inhalation. If not double, at least like 1.5 times. Then after that, do about 10 rounds of that. Then after that, whatever remaining time that you have, just sit with your eyes closed, keep your eyes gently closed, keep a soft gaze and gaze at your tip of your nose. Again, you're not looking cross-eyed, you're looking straight ahead, but then very mild gaze. So this is all you need to do. Once the timer goes off, you can slowly get up and start your day. Now it's wonderful if you can do it first thing in the morning, because you start your day with this routine and it gives you that clarity throughout the day. Even that little bit of practice makes a huge difference. However, sometimes if you have a very early shift or don't have the time, you can always come back in the evening. The twilight time before sunset is a great time to do it, because you kind of release all of that stress from the day and you find some calm within. Even if that is not possible, you can do it at night before you go to bed. So really, you just want to make sure you have somewhat of an empty stomach when you do it. So again, these are some optimal times, but again, if you can do it anytime, the most important thing is consistency. So as long as you can do it every day, you will see the benefits. You will keep your mind healthy and calm. Remember, we're all humans. So even if you lose your balance, you will always come back faster the more and more you practice. The second thing that I would like to mention, and I have talked about this in many of my videos, is compassion meditation. A lot of times when our ego takes over, we talked about the ahankara, where the ego is, you feel attacked or you feel triggered or whatever, you keep your hand on your heart, because that's where your connection with others happens. So you keep that and feel that love and compassion within you, because that is something everybody has. So feel that love and compassion within you for yourself and others. And so that will kind of calm down the head, the ego a little bit. And then this way you will be able to calm yourself and then react to situations a little bit better. Again, try these 2 practices this week, and maybe hopefully continue on if you see benefit in it. I know you will. So for this week, have a wonderful week ahead. Listen to your body, observe your mind, and heal yourself. See you next time with a new episode. you.